Today I want to test you a math problem. The name of this problem called Chickens with Rabbits Cage. How many ways can you come up with a solution? Can you work out the answer in a few seconds? Let's look at the problem first. There are multiple chickens and rabbits in a cage. There are 35 heads and 94 feet inside of the cage. How many chickens and rabbits are there? And before we do that, we need to know. A chicken has a head and 2 feet. As for rabbits, each of them has 1 head and 4 legs. Therefore, we get the first solution by listing the equation. We know that there are 35 heads in the cage. In other words, that are 35 chickens and rabbits in the cage. Here, we set x as the number of chickens, so the number of rabbits is 35 minus x. So the number of chicken feet is 2x. And the number of rabbit feet is 4 times baskets in parenthesis 35 minus x. And there are 94 feet in the cage, so the chicken feet plus the rabbit feet are 94. And then we can solve this equation of one variable, and we'll have the answer. Now let me solve this equation and show you. So there are 23 chickens and 12 rabbits in the cage. But in fact, we can do it without equations. And it's easier and faster, but it requires a deeper understanding of the quantitative relationship. Now I'm going to show you the second way to do it. We assume that the 35 animals in the cage are chickens. For 35 chickens, there should be only 70 feet. But in fact, there is part of rabbits in the cage, and they have 94 feet. How do we understand the difference between them? We know that a rabbit has 2 more feet than a chicken. In other words, if one chicken out of 35 becomes a rabbit, it will have 2 extra feet. So if we subtract 70 from 94, we get twice as many rabbits in the cage. Again, 94 minus 70, which is exactly twice the number of rabbits. Because of how many of the hypothetical 35 chickens are actually rabbits, the number of rabbits is half the number of actual feet than the number of hypothetical feet. So the number of rabbits is 24 divided by 2 is 12, and the number of chickens is 35 minus 12 is 23. In this way, you don't have to solve linear equation in one unknown, but if you can understand the quantitative relationship between them, you can get the answer in seconds. Can you think of another easy solution? It takes a certain amount of imagination. Let's imagine if the animals in the cage were performing a performance for us. At this time, the chickens in the cage stood on 1 foot, the rabbits in the cage stood on 2 feet. How many feet are there in the cage standing on the ground? It's easy to know that half the feet will be standing, which means there will be 47 standing feet. So if we take 47 minus 35, what do we get? This is the number of rabbits because rabbits stand on 2 feet, and as many rabbits as there are more standing feet than there are heads in the cage. So the number of rabbits in the cage is 12, and the number of chickens is 23. That's where this video ends. Guys, if you like video, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks.